All right. So as long as I made these streaming, there's no reason not to add that filter, the same filter that I used for the other streaming bot that just allows you to escape the bot. Um, and I'm pretty sure that what I can do is um, just include a file, just add one line to each of the things that I just did. But the first step is to figure out how that works to begin with. Um, and that is in the file runbot.rug. Oh, interesting. Wait, what? Wait a minute. Are we not sending the user? Hmm. Well, it sure seemed like the API calls were getting the user. So until I see that that's not the case, I'm not going to worry about it. But it sure seems like if this one adds the user message at the beginning, then I mean, it should mean that the other ones don't get the user message. I think it's because it's adding the user message to the API conversation, which is what I do when I want to have two separate conversation histories. One is like specifically for sending the API, and one is like the actual official conversation history. Because there's a lot of things you can put in the conversation history that if you send them to the API, that will you'll get an error as response. So you want to filter those things out. So if you want to just have the filtered version and the unfiltered version, the unfiltered version allows you to have a full record, so you know exactly what's going on and helps you to debug or whatever. Anyways, okay. So this run bot rag, I'm gonna just copy it, else include a rag. All right. So we just need to flip it around in such a way that instead of it being the caller, it is the callee. And whatever I name a file, I'm gonna be unhappy with the name in a little bit. That's just the way this thing works. That's really there's two difficult things about encoding. One is f- finding the right directory, and number two is naming the files. Number three is naming the variables. These are the three hardest parts of coding. And then, of course, debugging. All right. So in this, we're not going to include anything. And this is going to be called return index.php. Running return index.php. And I'm pretty sure that what we're doing here is we're just setting the most recent users. We're literally doing one thing and one thing only. And what that thing is, this is so stupid. The one thing that we're doing here is determining whether or not the user's last message was returned to index. And if it was, then we're making an API call just to determine that, which is totally unnecessary. And I could just skip all of this. God, it makes no sense to do an API call here to do this. But you know what? It's 99% of the way done. This is another thing that I find quite difficult about coding, to be honest. It's like this right here. I just figured out, okay, so like the problem I'm trying to solve, I'm 99% of the way done with this method of solving it. But as I'm finishing up, I realized that this is the dumbest way I could possibly solve it. So either I have to start over at the beginning of the problem and solve it the right way, or just solve it this way, even though it's not optimal, and move along with my life, which I definitely would prefer to do that because this is not what I want to be working on right now. But will I remember to come back and fix this in the future when it's a better time? Because in all honesty, it does make no sense to do an API call just to determine whether or not the user's input was returned to index. I could just make it so that if the user's input is exactly returned to index, then it automatically returns to index with no API call necessary. All right. All right. I'm very confused right now. And but if I don't do that right now, if I don't fix it the right way right now, then the next time that come around back around to this problem, I'm gonna have to re-familiarize myself with all of the context, which in this case, the reason why to not do it this way. Well, hopefully I don't know. All right, whatever. I mean, I don't know. I feel like when you first start working on something in a certain way, like you just know one way of dealing with it, but eventually, once you realize like, oh, I could do it this way or this way or this way, and then you realize like some of the ways are really terrible ideas, some of the ways are better ideas, and it just becomes automatic that when you're thinking of how to solve a certain problem, you use the better ways and not the bad ways. So hopefully, I'll figure out how to fix this one. Okay. But one thing we do know is that it works really well with the RAG bot, so it should work well. It should work well in the end. And the fact that it's the worst, most idiotic way to do it, nobody really needs to know that. Nobody will care. It costs more money, but the money's never going to add up to be enough that anybody cares about. It's literally never going to add up to be one thing of peanuts from the grocery store. Or you know what? If it does, then that's we have a much better problem, which is lots of users. And at that point in time, we can think about how do we optimize our API calls to save money? But seriously, there's no reason to add like an AI layer. Like if it says return to index, they clearly want to go back to the main menu. There's no reason not to just bring them back to the main menu. Like so by adding that AI layer, we're just introducing the possibility that it will sometimes trigger when it shouldn't. And then we're going to be messing with system prompts, trying to get optimize the system prompts to make sure that it only triggers when it should trigger, it doesn't trigger when it shouldn't trigger. And so there should be no system prompts here. It should just be code. It should just be like, if it says return to index, then it automatically returns to index. We don't need an AI to tell us, yeah, that's what they meant by return to index, is that they wanted to return to index. Okay, anyways. Um, where the hell was I? 3,000 max tokens on this return to index. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so unless I'm confused about life, if I go to the FAQ stream, and then I include return index right here. And now it is going to have a filter on the streaming FAQ response. Will now have a filter. So when we're talking to the FAQ bot, which is the company info bot, no, quick answers assistant. That's the FAQ bot. It will give us streaming responses. It might have been a second slower there because of that totally unnecessary API call. I do need to get rid of these headphones in pocket bothering me. Okay. But now we can get it out of here. Fuck. Can we get Oh, that's kind of an interesting point though, that I could make the index bot itself a streaming bot. I guess there's no reason not to, because honestly, all of these, just like for the same reason why I could make this interactive site explorer bot, there was no problem with making that streaming, and it still would list the buttons, because we can list the buttons without even an API call anyways. So that didn't work. Why can't we get out of this? Let's check the FAQ stream, make sure that I actually saved it. Include return-index.php. Did I save return index.php? I didn't save that file. That's probably the problem. Oh my God, we cannot exit. Okay. Um, um, I think if I change this return, because here's what's happening. Before, this file was calling another file. So when we return from this file, we just exit both files. But now this file is the callee instead of the caller. So when we return, we're just going to the original file. And that file is still running its API call, even though it should not be running the API call because we have determined that the answer is return to index. So instead of returning, we should exit. And let's see how that works for us. Boom, perfect. Immediately solve the problem. So now the only question is like, is it gonna occasionally trigger incorrectly? Also, can I get these things to stream? That would be actually cool as hell. I would like that a lot to make these stream. Like so that you can see like one button, then two button, and then three button, then four button, then five button. Hmm. The problem is running that through an API, which honestly we kind of need to run it through an API because this is not because if we don't run it through an API, then it's just going to show the file names. And if we wanted to take the file names and turn them into friendly names, we actually do need an AI interlocutor. Anyways, let's make sure that this doesn't, just make sure it works properly. No, that's exactly what I was worried about. So now it can like just randomly escape. Because basically when I said location, it didn't recognize that as like a question for the quick answers assistant. It recognized that as like something where I'm trying to get to a location bot, for example. So those are the two options really. One is that you can't really escape it, and one is that you give it the ability to escape when it shouldn't escape. That didn't work, but the location worked. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so it definitely escapes now when it's supposed to. Well, it still claims to be to Yeah. Which one do we have that doesn't escape properly? This one doesn't escape properly? I'm pretty sure this one is a streaming bot, but it doesn't escape properly. But my question is, oh, you know what? I probably didn't need to go through all that with that one. For the simple reason that when we're in the browser, it disables these buttons. These buttons are disabled. I think this button is disabled too. It will refuse to leave the browser. And that was the only way I could get these buttons to work was by disabling the normal reaction to buttons. So I didn't necessarily need to do all that for that one. Okay, what was the other one that I made streaming just now, earlier tonight? The quick answers assistant? No, that's the FAQ bot. Is this one the AI content creator? No, I didn't do that. The content explorer. There we go. So this one, let's see, can we escape this one or not? Because this one doesn't disable the buttons, but the browser does. Okay, so it doesn't do a good job, at least, of escaping like that. But if we click on a different one, it might. Yeah, interesting. Because it doesn't have an API call to filter it to escape. But what it does have is if you click one of these buttons, it auto escapes. Anyways, so what we're gonna want to do is go to the streaming browser. It's the streaming browser file. I have way too many files open here. I gotta declare tab bankruptcy. Just delete them all or just close them all. Okay, so we have feed, FAQ stream, feedbot. I think there's run browser.php. There we go. And here we're just going to add an include return index.php, which by the way is insane. Because like if we're running the index bot and then we say to the index bot, I want to run the browser bot. And then before it runs the browser bot, it's going to first run an API call to determine whether or not to escape the browser bot, which theoretically could means it could escape before it even initiates it, which I've had that problem happen before. Anyways, so now The inter the interactive site explorer should have the ability to not only stream but leave. We can go back to the main menu now, and it worked. Now what happens if I click list pages? I really don't know. Nothing. Hmm. I don't know what's going on here. Wait a minute. Did I make it so that I might have destroyed the interactive site explorer bot here? Just make sure that this is actually functioning properly before we move along. Damn, it's not really. I'm getting sleepy. Oh my god. Now we're just doing random things left and right, aren't we? Okay. Well, that's just not gonna work. So I'm just gonna undo what I just did. And when we're in the interactive site explorer bot, there's no way to escape it except for pressing the new chat button. That's the only way. And that's fine for now. At least for my purposes of making a demo right now. Right, but if you click on one of these, it's not gonna work because um, because the buttons are disabled. In order to make these buttons work, that was the only way to make those buttons work. And if you click on this, it also isn't gonna leave because it doesn't recognize return to index as being anything special. So the only way to escape is to do a new chat. I know I just did this, but I don't remember what the result was. So let's just so this is the feed bot. And now if we switch from the feed bot to the FAQ bot, will it switch by pressing the button? Yes. Successful switchery. And we can switch back by pressing the button. But now if we press the main menu button, that is the question. I'm pretty sure that no matter how many times I press the main menu button, nothing's gonna happen. So I need to include return index in the feed bot. Which I'm pretty sure I called feedbot.feed.php. Gets real hard to remember. My computer's about to die, but okay, so that has been fixed. Go away. Um, and now when I press the button, it's gonna work, but at the expense of an extra API call. Hey yo, it does work. So it's just the interactive site explorer that we cannot escape via main menu button. And I have thoroughly destroyed this demo that I was just setting out to make a demo. To make a quick little demo of, but at least it'll be streaming. And I just need to do the site explorer last. Um, as long as I do the site explorer last, it won't be obvious that you can't escape it once you start it. Or I just nonchalantly press the new chat button. That would also work. All right, I need to charge my computer. All right, let's run through the demo one more time. Hello, dear demo. I forget that. Okay, so let's hear. So the company info bot. Um, I feel like when it's just like okay, whatever. So okay, so the company info bot is a streaming response bot which is connected to a vector database which has files in JSON format about the company. Um, so it's very scalable. You could add way more information about the company, and it's gonna just be able to do vector search and spit out a good response for you. Um, the customer feedback assistant bot helps the company get Google reviews. It does so by asking the users three quick questions. The questions can be chosen by the company if there's specific ask things you're trying to highlight, trying to steer people towards talking about specific things. Um, and then it tries to weave in your target keywords, your target SEO keywords into the review because Google reviews are extremely relevant, are very highly utilized by the Google algorithms to determine what keywords you rank for. Um, and so if you can steer people towards talking about certain topics and then get, use the specific target keywords and then get them to use this as their review, that will massively help your ability to rank for those targeted keywords. So the idea is to make it simple for people to give you reviews, especially if people don't review for them. One consideration, although your reviews don't have to be in English, of course. Oh, okay. So, so that's the purpose of the Google Review Bot. Take your time there, buddy. And then, so the Content Explorer, this is just connected to the blog of the company. And once again, whenever you're ready. We're in no hurry here. Oh, it straight up just broke on me. What's up with that? So it has access to all of the WordPress posts for this company's blog. So if you give it a topic, it'll give you like it lists relevant relevant blog posts with the link, and you can click the link post. Um, and it's still a full-blown LLM, AI LLM here. So, I mean, this is ChatGPT with this information about the blog. It's just so you can have any sort of conversation you want with that context already established. Okay, what else we got here? AI content creator. This also has access to the blog. Um, and what it will do is it will write a blog post which is relevant for this company. It takes into consideration the target SEO keywords, which can be set by the owner of the company or the management of the company. And it writes a blog post and it sets up internal linking to other blog posts. Um, Now, it's supposed to wait until you give it a topic to write, but it thinks that AI content creator is the topic. So it is currently writing a blog post, I assume, is what's taking a minute here. And then there we go. It's going to give us a post about, well, it wrote a post for us, which it shouldn't, but did the internal linking at least go? Yes. Okay. So that's the content creator. Um, Now, this is the FAQ bot. The difference between this and the streaming rag bot is that all of the information it has to work with is in its system prompt. It is not attached to a vector database. So it's good for quick answers, like very frequently asked questions. We're not going to whoa, oh God, it escaped when it shouldn't have escaped. That's what I was worried about. Yeah, great, awesome. So it's good for like quick answers, phone number, and you can put it quite a bit into a system prompt. Honestly, but there is a limit to how much information that this one would be able to give answers for. Because beyond once you put too much information into a system prompt, it basically stops functioning properly. Whereas with the company info bot, there's the system prompt and then there's the vector database, and there's no limit to how much information you can put inside of the vector database. But the more information you put in the system prompt, the worse it works. And then there's a certain point where there's enough that it just stops working. Okay, and that brings us to the interactive site explorer. So this is connected to their WordPress. This is the newest thing that I've developed, so it doesn't really work very well in terms of like right here. It doesn't have self-awareness. It doesn't realize that there's a list pages button right here. And after I click it, it's still not going to realize that the pages have been listed. Um, right. I don't have access to the specific pages. It doesn't realize that it has the pages up here. But anyways, we have the pages up here. So if we click on the pages, um, let's click on the About page. Now it's going to go grab that information from their WordPress site, from the About page of their WordPress site. Now it knows this information. It's going to give the information to the LLM, to ChatGPT basically, and then allow it to craft an answer. Um, and so you can basically explore their site with this method. Uh, and it also gives you the link to the actual page. Actual page, you can do that. Now it doesn't just automatically choose a page. Like if you're just conversating with it, it wouldn't automatically just choose a page and pull the content in and give you that as an answer or use it in its answer for you. But that is something like Publish should have it do. Okay, cool. So those are demos. So let's make more demos. That's the plan here. Let's do it. Um, what time is it in Kuala Lumpur? 2:58 p.m. It's 9 a.m. in South Africa. Um, okay, whatever. Let's just do the UK, and we have 1 hour to make demos for the UK. Let's just do 5 small SEO agencies let's do Ireland. I've never even done Ireland before. In Galway. List their URLs as comma separated values. Um, wow. .ie. That is an interesting thing. I don't know. I should really call these finish this instead of making whatever. Okay, well, let's make a new. Let's try. Let's make 5 demos at the same time. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so step one, feedbot maker. We will see whether or not these guys are using WordPress. Do they use WordPress in Ireland? Let's find out. One, two, three. 3 of them was a yes. All right. All right, we'll just do 3. We'll do 3. That's fine. Shin Murphy IE. Sidekick Media IE. That's funny, Sidekick. Because that was the name of my company in China. That Where Co. Okay. This YouTube is driving me crazy. All right, so I'm just gonna type them in because I like typing. It's fun. We're gonna switch to the review bot maker. And we gotta go Shin Murphy, Ireland. That's the first one. The second one is Sidekick Media, Galway, Ireland. The third one is That Where Company, sure, Galway, Ireland. Let's see if Google knows that these things exist. From 5, we are down to 2. Now, the question is, did it find the right folder? Shin Murphy IE, IE, Shin Murphy IE, Sidekick Media IE, Sidekick Media IE. Cool. Now we're gonna do the Postmaker bots. These ones I have not yet made it so that we can do it multiple at a time, but you know what? That's fine because there's only two of them. So we just need the URL. There we go. And the other one is Sidekick Media. Oh. Okay. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. All right. Now make a JSON LD file for Shin Murphy. Organization JSON LD file. What the hell? I said Galway and you're giving me Ireland or you're giving me Dublin, you piece of garbage. It always just makes up the logo. And it made up. Yeah, just use the verified data items and make a web site JSON LD as well. Oh, okay. You're literally just repeating the same exact thing twice there. Um, okay. Honestly, we were doing better before I asked it to do like JSON LD. Um, when I was like, just go on their website and gather information about them and just return it in plain text. That did a lot better. Oops. It wants to build a okay, so it found their services page and it's gonna build a JSON LD based on that. It's like, well, I'm a little confused. Why didn't you do that? I can't open that page directly myself, but AI is, yep, fractional SEO. That is the first time I've ever heard of fractional SEO. All right, you know what? Um, so we're just gonna take the JSON LDs that it has just currently generated, and we're gonna upload them to the vector database. Um, are we ready yet? You know, I really should have had it made the FAQ one before. There's no reason to exclude the FAQ from the vector database. Did I not download that? I've never seen it even try to give me a file that is a .json LD file. Can that even be opened? I mean, it opens just fine. I could have just renamed it as a text file or as a JSON file. In fact, that's probably better. There's probably good reasons to just save it as a .json and then upload it to the vector database like that. Problem is, where did it go? No. The problem is, where did it go? Hey, what's up? Hey, can you hear me? Oops. Oh, hey, can you hear me now? Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, where you at?
Yeah, you up or are you
No, I'm All right, so I got somebody coming here in 10 minutes or so. Hopefully, I can finish these demos before that, but where the hell did that go after I downloaded it? Okay, so it should be in my downloads folder. So there, and I just renamed it successfully instead of resaving it. There it is. Put it in the vector database. I don't know what just happened. Let's try it again. All right, this has never been difficult before. I have no idea why it's suddenly difficult. There we go. It's in there. It is in there. Okay. Now, use the information from their website and from the other JSON LDs, homie. I shouldn't have to explain this to you. You know, I should really I should just force it to be in thinking mode right now. Sometimes it makes sense. Anyways, while we're working on that, what I can do here is, assuming I don't care about, I mean, all right, well, assuming that I prefer the streaming ones that I just created better, I'm just gonna go and find the browser and copy that to the Shin Murphy IE. Um, Hopefully that worked properly. Shockingly, it did. Now all we need to do is change it to their URL. And mess with it all. We don't do anything to mess with it. Shan Murphy IE. Cool. Okay. So let's see how this Shan Murphy demo.ai upgrade site sample equals Shan Murphy IE. I think that's how that's like the Gaelic pronunciation. It's got the blog feed, the post maker, the browser, the review bot. So that means we just need the FAQ bot and the RAG bot. Now the RAG bot should be ready to go. Hey, you outside? All right, I'll be right out there. All right, that will be the end of this live stream. Well, be on a live stream. Let's find out. Junk food and just pigged out because I was like, I just can't. I mean, the thing is, I wasn't. And then once I she sent me the money, and then I went to the gas station and I bought a giant bag of popcorn. And there's this Indian girl, and I was like, why are you looking at me like that? Are you in love with me? And she's laughing. I was like, because I'm in love with you. And when I left, I was like, I'll see you later at our wedding. And I was like, oh, I'm high right now. Like I'm high as fuck.
Well, you said that or she said that?
No, I realized that because these dudes, these new neighbors right here, they smoke weed all weekend long.
Yeah, you were saying, yeah.
And then I just
secondhand.
Yeah, and I just am high. I'm I don't talk to women like that when I'm not high.
But you're like brave. Like you just go up to people and you say stuff.
I know, but that was wasn't even I wasn't even I'm gonna go do something. I was just
I was just around.
Yeah, and it's there's no reason for me to
I've been recently trying to be less timid or whatever. Just be more forward with people. But I'm slowly learning.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'm live streaming on YouTube.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, there's 3,000 people watching. Oh, just talking. There's 0 people watching. But I don't know.
Okay, hey, you gotta follow me.
Do you want me to stop live streaming, or you don't care? But let me see if I can finish.
You sure you want this?
No, I'll eat it
yeah.
unless you want it. I am actually really full, but I can't turn down food right now. I seriously have not been eating at all.
Get some protein.
But okay. One quick thing I just wanted to not.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, they're is that how you said it? Shan Murphy, right? I don't okay.
Cillian Murphy.
So I just made a demo for a Taiwanese company.
Oh, nice.
Because this is their Monday. This is the middle of their day. So but I gotta find the Taiwan company, Taiwan Web Designs.
No, Zelda's not sleeping back there, is she?
No.
Oh, okay.
What am I looking for? The RAG bot. Okay. Oops, that was not what I wanted. Doesn't really matter though. Okay, so just tell ChatGPT, make this for Shan Murphy. And then there's a FAQ bot. Make this for Shannon Murphy. All right, so wait, where freaking whenever I'm live streaming, it just eats up my RAM and then things like this happen. Get some foot.
Airing it out. Wear my boots all night.
Oh, have you? Yeah, I know how that is, right? So this is the reg bot. Okay. All right. I know this is super boring, but just give me 1 minute.
I'll probably cut you in the middle.
Okay, so Shan Murphy rag.php. Nope. No. What the fuck did I do? Okay. And now we want the Shan Murphy FAQ. Well, we have a strict no whistling policy in the USA, actually. Yeah, not in my apartment.
French Montana.
The entire, it's actually in North and South America. The entire Western Hemisphere, there's a strict, just joking, whistle away. Whistle away. Don't let me steal your sunshine.
I can hum instead.
You can do whatever you want. I'm just messing with you.
Out the noises.
Yeah, it's so crazy. But I mean, these guys, because they smoke weed all the time, and like, I'm gonna have to mute them.
you keep your skills to yourself so that they actually need you? Or...
No, not at all. No. Like I could literally try to force somebody to do these things. Nobody's ever going to do this shit. Nobody's ever going to do it. Nobody, I could dedicate my whole life. I've tried. I literally have tried. I've gone to people who already know PHP and already like have the skill set and everything, but like, do this, like, please, like, let me teach you. And they will not do it. It does not matter. Okay. Anyway, so, which is the same, like everybody has this thing when they first have an idea for a business. See, there used to be 4 and now there's 6 because I just added 2. But where everybody has this idea when they first have an idea for business, they're like, I have to keep a secret to myself. And blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, you should tell everybody, because anybody that has any interest at all is like, that's a good thing for you. And like, they're like, no, I have, like, people are going to steal my idea. It's like, no, you could go and try to force people. Nobody will ever fucking steal your idea. Okay. Anyway, so I'll explain these to you.
Well, so basically what,
Hold on, let me go through these real quick, just so you know what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? Okay, so I just finished making these, okay? And this is the whole ChatGPT conversation that made these. So this was all done like in 20 minutes or something, basically. Okay, so this one is connected to this Shane Murphy. They are an SEO agency in Dublin. This motherfucker, it doesn't work, so that's great. This is connected to their blog feed.
Okay.
Does
So
it
then
work?
you click that and it's supposed to pull up their blog page.
Well, no, it's supposed to pull up their blog page through ChatGPT.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pulling their blog into ChatGPT. And then you can like talk to ChatGPT about their blog. And then it will give you links to their blog that you can click. And then hopefully, if it's connected properly, it will open their actual blog posts, which it did. Sweet. That's the first one. Now this one is also connected to their blog, but it will write a blog post for them based on their SEO keywords. And then it will include links to their other pages and blog posts. And if they were to give me their password to their WordPress, it would actually post to the blog post. So it writes that. If I wanted to give it a different topic, it will write that topic. And then local SEO in Ireland. Let's see if it correctly. Yes, it did. Okay, beautiful. All right. Now, the browser. What the browser does is it has no self-awareness, so it says I don't do anything, but it does do things. You know, like certain criminals, we know that's the same mentality. So this is the list of all of their pages on their website. So if you click on one of them, it's going to pull in the information from the page, and then ChatGPT is going to tell you what's on that page, and you can have a conversation with ChatGPT about that. And it's also going to just give you the link to the page if you want to go to it directly. So this is just basically like it's another way of checking out their website, right? Mm-hmm. But of course, the idea is that this chatbot is embedded in their website. That's the plan. That's the idea, you know. Okay, so that's the browser. The FAQ is like supposed to be for just very simple things. It's not supposed to spew everything it knows to you at the very first thing, but it did do that. Oh, the reason it did that is because you see the title browser. Mm-hmm. So it didn't actually leave the browser, which we wanted it to do. Because I only like developed the browser a couple of days ago, so it has some issues. Mainly, you can't leave it once you join it, except for by starting a new chat. Address. So the idea for the FAQ is that it can give you very quick. No, okay. It thought that I was asking to like switch to the address bot. So you have to ask in full questions, which is bad. I need to fix that. What is the address There we go.
of this CN Murphy digital.
Yeah. And then, okay, so the digital review bot, this one is designed to give them Google reviews. So it asks 3 questions, and like the owner or the manager can determine what the 3 questions are. And then it also it knows what their target SEO keywords are, what keywords they want to rank for on Google. So you can sort of steer people towards a particular topic, and then it will craft the review for them. And if they're not like fully English proficient, that can be very helpful. But it should be naturally inserting the SEO target keywords in a very natural way. And what words or what people say about you in your Google reviews is it's very important in terms of what Google uses. So then you can just paste the review in there. So hopefully that will give you, and then I have these smart cards. So the Google review bot can be connected to the smart card. So you just tap your phone and it brings up the review. Like if you go to Eat at Flame and Thai Northeast, they have it posted on the wall. You can just tap your phone. Nobody ever uses it. Nobody's ever used it at all, period. Okay.
I mean, it's a cool idea.
Right.
For sure, yeah.
But I mean, I was telling the owner, I was like, dude, you have to give the cards to the staff. You can't just push it on the wall and expect to You have to give it to the staff and then let the staff use their own.
Like an easy way. I think you kind of explained this to me like briefly before. Like making it super easy for people to leave reviews for their dining experience or whatever, like their customer experience.
Damn, that did not work. Yeah. That's the idea.
Thing. Yeah.
But yeah, you have to like leave it up to the staff to assess, like, did these people enjoy their meal? Did they have
you don't want somebody leaving a bad review.
Right. And then you can't give people like we used to like Legendary Spice, we used to say 10% discount if you give a 5-star review. That's actually against Google's policies. So in the event that somebody's angry and then they post that on Google reviews, you're jeopardizing all of your reviews. Google could just to delete your whole account basically because you're violating their terms of service. So, but what you can do, and Google would never really know or have any way of knowing, is like you can give your staff a bonus. Instead of giving the 10% discount, you give a 10% bonus to the staff person that got the 5-star review. So now all of your staff people are looking for happy customers that are going to leave a 5-star review, and they've got the smart card. That's the way to do it. Then you're going to get a lot of Google reviews, and you can get like it can massively improve your SEO. Like Jade Dynasty specifically, they were like, we would like to rank for fresh seafood. Have you been there?
Not yet.
They have these aquariums full of lobsters and shit, you know? And so but they don't rank at all for like live seafood, fresh seafood. You would never know. And it's kind of like a bad area now. People are kind of afraid.
It's like, well, it was like right after George Floyd, and then I think it's starting to come back.
But some people would be a little bit hesitant to go there. And maybe that would make the difference is like being like, dude, if I want to get like a lobster, like fresh lobster out of that's where to go. This isn't like a typical takeaway Chinese joint. This isn't like some fried or some kung pao chicken. No, it's like a really nice, fancy Hong Kong style. Like, but they don't rank for any of the relevant keywords there. So yeah, if you had like all of the staff equipped with these smart cards looking for happy customers, and it's like steering them towards the specific topics and inserting the keywords, like they'll very quickly rank for the things that they want to rank for.
Okay, so I guess one of my questions is, where would a customer engage a chatbot? Like, how would they come upon?
Okay, that one doesn't work. What the fuck?
Being prompted by a chatbot.
Well,
is it specifically when they're like, for example, like in Google and they want to ask a question about the place?
It's definitely not when they're in Google. There's no way to embed the chatbot in Google.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So
like we can embed it in their website.
Yeah.
And we can have it accessible via smart cards.
Do you think what in your opinion, how often would you say people are going to businesses' homepages now for, I guess, sort of researching or choosing where they're going to go for the day?
So that's something that has been changing. It used to be a lot more, and now people will stay in
Like whatever environment that they're in.
yeah, they'll stay in ChatGPT or Google AI to get like all of the information that they want before they move along to before they finally go on the website.
Yeah, like I guess like for me personally, like let's say I'm looking for a restaurant to go to over like a bar to check out or whatever. I guess I'll just sort of just like browse the photos that are available on Google, and then maybe look at some of the reviews or something. I guess the only reason I usually would click the link to their website is like if I might need to, if there's some sort of like ordering involved, like ordering food or ordering some kind of product.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Because you well, why? Let me ask you why. Why don't you?
Well, so I guess I'm thinking in terms of if we were to go to a local business and want to give them a proposal of like how we're gonna help, market them and bring them more foot traffic, basically.
Yeah.
How have you been convincing businesses?
I have not been. They don't.
Okay.
Nobody wants to fuck with me.
Okay. I mean, in your opinion,
this is my
the
plan. So
benefit?
my plan, what I'm going for right now is that's why I'm making demos for SEO companies. So I made a demo for an SEO company in Taiwan earlier today. I just made one in Ireland.
What's an SEO?
It's SEO, you don't know SEO? It's search engine optimization.
Oh.
So their job is to help you rank higher on Google.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So and a lot of times they just sell you websites. They sell websites, web hosting. They make you the website. They make you content on the website, or they handle your social media, or they or you have all that already, but but you're not ranking on Google. So they want to push you up.
I see.
There's the whole, different SEO agencies offer different ranges of. But so the whole idea is they already have their whole like sales process, the pool of clients. They're people that they have a pipeline of new clients potentially coming in. They have all this set up. So I wouldn't have to go to each client individually and sell them one by one. If I'm working with SEO agencies, if I have 15 different SEO agency partners, then they just offer this as an add-on service. Would you also like this AI chatbot? And if a certain percentage of their clients say yes, then I have a lot of business coming in.
Yeah.
And I don't have to go do the sales individually. That's my plan.
Sure.
But I haven't really gotten it going yet.
Okay.
So.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I guess I kind of get your train of thought. And I suppose that I was sort of thinking in that vein too, like, I guess if they were looking for something like this, then it's something that at least we can offer. But outside of like AI chatbot design, you want to warm it?
I don't have any way of warming it up. I only have a steamer.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a microwave.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No, I don't think it's going to
Should
steam
still
well.
work, okay.
I don't think it's going to steam well. But you think it's going to
unless
kill me?
you think, you could steam the meat, I guess.
You think I'm going to die?
No.
I'm kind of suicidal, so I hope I do.
It's onions and cheese. Like
I just won't. Oh, it's not fish? I thought you said it's a
it's a burger.
Right.
Patty melt.
It's a burger.
Yeah.
So it's beef
Mhm.
with cow poop in it.
Is that whatever you want to? Do you not eat beef or?
No, but did you ever see the I can't remember what it was called. There's Woody Harrelson was in the movie, and it was like this investigative reporter. And he's like, "There's shit in the meat," and he was just like going around proving to people that like 2% of hamburger is actually cow poop.
I mean, maybe. I don't know. Because if we really had to think about it that hard, we would have eaten nothing in China.
Hey, it's gonna be poop again eventually, anyways, huh?
Well, yeah, feel free to chow down. Actually, I should have said this when I came in, but I'm supposed to go pick somebody up for something. But yeah, we have like maybe about 10 more minutes.
Okay.
But just to give you kind of like another sort of like brief sort of idea of I guess what I'm trying to put together is
No whiskey for you?
no, I'm good. Because like you're looking you're looking to monetize this. I'm looking for something in addition to like my karaoke stuff. I've been doing the property management thing for a while. It's not bringing in enough money. Like it's I fully appreciate the guy that I work with. He's a close friend of mine. Super flexible hours, and I've learned a lot from him. It's just it doesn't feed me. I mean, not in that way. It feeds me for sure. It
Doesn't
brings
feed
in
your
about
soul.
$1,000 a month. Yeah, but it doesn't really feed my soul.
Yeah.
And either I need more hours or I just need a higher hourly rate or whatever, or
Yeah.
just something.
Yeah.
I've had people tell me to go back into teaching and stuff like that, and maybe, I mean, it's an option, but
I hate teaching so much,
want.
man.
Maybe it's my bipolarity speaking again, because I know I'm moving back into like up again, which is why I'm trying to like put myself back out there on the dating scene and trying to be more assertive with just people in general. But yeah, I want to see if I can bring in more income, as kind of like an entrepreneur, basically.
Well, you already have pre-existing relationships with a lot of venue owners.
Right.
So it's a good,
And,
yeah.
so I think I can build on that,
Mhm.
and I have, for lack of better words, like I have like sort of like a brand, I guess. Like people, he specifically requested me because for whatever reason, like he likes my vibe or whatever. He thinks whatever I have can bring more people to his establishment.
Who's he?
He's the GM of the restaurant.
Which restaurant?
Flame and Tie.
Flame and Tie?
Yeah.
The Northeast one?
Mhm.
Who are we talking about?
Henry.
Henrik?
Henry.
Henry?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure is he the brother of Khan?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I've definitely talked to him before.
Yeah, I mean, he'll pop into the Vegas and Moose, and he goes to Otter pretty frequently. Yeah.
Well, he's the one I think I was originally supposed to talk to, and I set up a meeting with him about the chatbots. And then the owner, like I had a whole conversation with the owner without knowing that he was the owner.
It's funny because you're the second person that has said that. Because the photographer that I'm talking to, he was like approaching different businesses about offering his services, to spruce up their whatever marketing or whatever, and he thinks that he had also spoken to them, but never heard back either.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, he really likes me. So if this might be fortuitous, I don't know.
Well, I'm
Like,
cool. I'm cool with the owner now. Like
Yeah.
at first, he shut me down completely,
Mhm.
but then it was like But later on, I got him back on board,
Mhm.
and he put the thing. I said he put the smart card up, and I know his friend is making a website, but he wants to get out of his contract with Spot Hopper.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so like I have like right now I don't have any idea of like what existing framework or systems that they're using for their promoting or whatever. All I know is that they're losing money, and
every time I go in there, it's dead. It used to be packed every
and
time.
They need to bring people in the middle of the week, beginning of the week. They want to bring in some sort of like light entertainment, something to draw people in, like outside of the weekend.
Okay.
And I don't know, it just kind of like lit a spark in me. Like he just came to me, and my instinct is
What
like,
about
well,
a trans fashion show?
whatever it is.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Because I was
brainstorming.
telling him like it's
I'm
a
just
classy
brainstorming.
place. It's a classy place. Like it looks nice inside. I don't know if the logo really kind of like really reflects the.
What if we put up like a big sign that says "free meth"?
But yeah, I just sort of like it kind of like lit a spark in me. So like, oh well, maybe there's something here. Like, you know, if people are actually sort of like wanting to associating me with bringing, you know, more foot traffic into their place, maybe I can build a team around that to actually make that happen.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a
Yeah.
good idea. And also like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I have like a bunch of ideas I could
Yeah.
say, but I would more at this moment, especially because you have to go soon. I'm more interested in just hearing you out
Sure.
than trying to give you all of my ideas. So go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like, you know, having a team in place, you know, if you know, to have somebody who's good with the, you know, the videography, photography,
Right.
that's, you know, one angle of it to, you know, make things look nice. I talked to the sales guy earlier tonight, and he definitely wants
Why do you say he's a sales guy?
well, he used to sell cars.
He used to sell cars.
Yeah.
What does he do now?
He's doing multiple different things. He works for an airline. He I think he manages events and stuff for an ice cream delivery company. I think he has like 2 other part-time jobs or whatever.
Okay.
Just doing a
It's
bunch
because
of
my experience with, you know, is that a lot of people that say that they want to do sales, they're just full of shit because
Well,
people
he's in
just-
the process right now of studying to be a real estate agent too.
yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
just
I
like
mean,
if you have a full-time sales job
Mhm.
and you know what it all consists of, and that's what you want to do with your time,
Mhm.
and then you come and tell me I want to help you sell, I believe you.
Mhm.
But if you don't match that criteria, anybody can just say, "Yeah, I'll sell it for you," and
Oh
like,
yeah. For
they're
sure.
full of shit.
No,
They're-
he was selling Lincoln Town cars for like years.
yeah.
Yeah. And then there
But
was
some
a
people
change-
are just
there was a
like-
change in his management that shifted, and then he got laid off. So basically,
Yeah. Well, some people are just like networkers; they're compulsive networkers, and that's a good thing. And they're just like, "I've got a guy for this. I've got a guy for that."
Yeah.
And they want you to
We
be
saw
the-
a lot of that shit in China. I'll tell you that.
So they want you to be the guy for, and that's fine. It's good to have those people, but that's different from having like a full-time salesperson. You can't like have it in your head like, no, this person's gonna wake up in the morning and start making calls for me.
Mhm.
Like that's not what they're gonna do.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Whatever. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a valid, you know, point to raise. It's just, yeah, I figure, you know, if we're gonna be selling any kind of package or whatever, I mean, it'd be great to have somebody who, you know,
Do, like,
knows the
websites.
tactics basically, and who's great with, you know, like talking to people and stuff. But trying to think what else. So like, and from I guess from where you would come in, obviously, is, you know, offering, you know, these types of options.
Right. Of course.
But then not only because, like I said, I don't want anybody to work for free. I want everybody to get paid for the time that they put
Well, are you
into-
paying me for this conversation right now?
Well, no.
Well, you brought me a sandwich, so that's good
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
I appreciate
I
that.
figure I give
I
you
do,
some- bring
but
you
I'm
some
serious.
food.
But I'm serious about it because this is what the way people are treating me constantly is like I said, I made that thing for J Dynasty, and everybody's like, "Oh, you have to like ask them for money. You can't do this for free. You spend so much time." Like, no, I was gonna make one anyways. Like, I was gonna make one for our restaurant. I chose J Dynasty because
I mean, like if you're just starting out and you just want to get something on a resume, like, you know, on your portfolio,
exactly.
it's not.
That's
not
why I did it.
unreasonable, yeah.
That's why I did it, and I
Yeah.
thought I think it's a
Yeah,
cool
that's
restaurant,
fine,
so that's why I chose them.
That's fine. That's
Now the problem, the thing that bothered me was that then I was like, well, as long as I've done it, I might as well go pitch it to them. And then that ended up in like a series of 5 meetings where each time I'm spending like $10 to take a scooter down there,
Mm.
$10 to take a scooter home. I'm spending like $30 on the
Yeah,
cheapest.
I mean, I guess they're not gonna, you know, factor that in.
And in their mind, it's like this is just a conversation. Yeah,
well,
they're-
this is just part of the business negotiation.
right. And so everybody
It's
I
not
talk to, they're like,
it's not on them to like cover your translation.
yeah, like my friends and my family, they're all like, oh, you're like doing these things for people for free.
No,
And you have
it's
to
not.
charge them. And it's like, okay, but do you understand that like the true cost for me is the sales process?
Right.
The talking to them, meeting with them, that is the real cost.
Yeah.
And like, if I didn't go to Jade Dynasty, I could have spent that time, the same amount of time that I went there and talked to
Coding
them.
for 3 other restaurants.
I could have made like 10 demos for 10 different SEO agencies, which probably would have generated some amount of progress. But instead I like, so
Right,
yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you had somebody take care of that process for you?
Oh, I mean, the thing is, I've had so many different conversations with so many different people where that was the idea. And then they're always full of shit in the end. So it's like, then that conversation ends up being where I'm wasting all of my time. And I would have been better off spending my time making demos
Sure.
and emailing people, making a video of the demo I made and emailing them, being like, hey, I made you this demo.
I know. For you, time is money, because especially
Yeah.
since things are so tight. Right
And then
now.
just move along to the next one if they're not. But exactly. And everybody's like, no, you got it. Whatever.
No. I believe in what you've done so far.
Which I don't hate. Like, it's not like I hate sales, but I don't know. Anyways, go on.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're great with talking to people too. I told you that before.
Well,
I admire your
Like, I could do one or the
approaching
other.
people. Yeah.
I could do one or the other. Like, if I spend 3 or 4 days like talking to people, and then there's like a small bug in the code, and I have to go fix it, I'm like, well, I like have a panic attack. I have like a mental breakdown. I'm like, I have no fucking clue. Where do I even start?
So okay, so let me ask you this: for J Dynasty, now that you've given them this system,
I haven't.
oh, okay, no, yeah, okay. Well, okay. I guess my question is: were you to provide this AI chatbot service to them for them to, use with their customers and stuff? Would you retain the maintenance rights,
The maintenance rights.
or like the maintenance privileges? I guess, or whatever. Like they're not going to be able to maintain it themselves, right? If something, a bug happens, or
Probably
if they
not.
update it or
Right.
modify it, yeah.
Well, not only that, but every message that somebody sends to it, and there is a fee. It's a really small fee. Like, it would take a lot of
ChatGPT, or
yeah.
How does all that work? Just by using their servers, you're being charged, right?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
Like, when I say hi right now, like, that just cost me 0.0001 cents.
Ah,
It's
huh.
like every
I did not know that.
every letter is costing money.
Okay,
But
I mean,
it's-
that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, because using their service.
Right.
So then, yeah, I guess that would factor into what we charge them.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're like, oh, it's just a one-time fee, and then you use it for a lifetime, like, that's totally out of the
Yeah.
picture. Unless you want to like provide or something.
Yeah, like as you say, like a SEO company, like if they were to provide somebody with a website, they'd be the ones in charge of maintaining.
Right. They can factor all that in. They can figure that out.
Yeah.
But if you were to go to J Dynasty and be like, we want you to take care of these monthly expenses, they would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? What that
Well,
means?
it's just so. I mean, I guess
like, no,
with
we'll
the-
pay
the
you.
pack-
and you
yeah, I mean,
handle
the
it.
proposal or the package we would offer, a business eventually would be like, okay, we'll, set all the initial package stuff for a set fee, and then for us to continue, maintaining and updating it, then yeah, there's like a monthly, like,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's ideally that there
Right.
should be. Yeah. In fact, that's
and as long as they
Probably
want,
better.
as long as they want the AI chatbot to keep functioning, we have the
Yes.
power to either cut it off or let it keep running. If,
And
if
I
they
always-
want it to keep running, then obviously we're getting charged, so we have to charge them a monthly subscription fee.
right.
Yeah.
And I always try to emphasize with people, because this is the experience I've had with my mother's classes, which, tonight we had like, there was like 15 messages that came in tonight from her students, all after midnight.
Mhm.
So she's in bed. She's been in bed for hours at this point, and her students are still asking questions, which they would all have to wait for her to wake up,
Right.
see, email, but instead they got instant answers, and they're working on and they're going to get the assignment in.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, that's great for
But
education, I guess.
the point is that when we first had it in there, it sucked, and it gave wrong answers.
Mm.
So like, you have to assume that when we first get it in there, it's gonna suck. There's no way to make it not suck without first seeing how people are using it and what responses it's giving them. Because I'm never gonna like be able to think in a way like to test it in like what are actual, do you know what I mean? Like, I can't like put myself in the shoes of the average J Dynasty customer. Like, they're gonna be doing things and thinking in ways I would never have thought of, and then but after a few weeks of like seeing it and then giving it terrible responses, and then I update it.
You have to tweak it.
Yes, and then it works well. And then there's a long period where it's just providing value, and you don't have to do shit.
How about this? This just occurred to me. So half the time when I call a business now, either nobody picks up the fucking phone or it's just an automated fucking, it's so frustrating because you got to wait to like press this button and that button or whatever.
Yeah.
Can this translate into a spoken assistant?
Like theoretically I could make it that, but I do have a partner in the UK. We knew each other from China. He speaks fluent Chinese. He was in China for like 10 years, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But he runs like specifically does that, like voice agents.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like they have a lot less option. Like this, I can really customize it, go all sorts of directions with it. They're sort of like going to do a preset number of things, I would say.
So it's kind of like it's what has been in the past. Like, where like, you call Excel or whatever and say like, tell us what you need.
Yeah.
And then, you say something and then the machine tries to figure out what you just said and provide you a couple different options of
kind of. I mean, it's like
which
better.
number to
It's
press again.
Yeah.
Instead of talking to a real human.
I mean, it is powered by AI at the back end, so it's better than it was, 5 years ago for sure. But and then also there's another guy that he's a full-time student at MCTC. He just started that, and he was trying to do that, but he makes voice agents as well. So
yeah, I'm just thinking like, because I don't want your income to be limited by the potential for a business to want an AI chatbot. I want to give you other avenues too.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy to just focus on what I do best and not have to try to put on different hats constantly.
I mean, but within the same realm of what you're doing. Like, I'm not going to ask you to do completely different shit.
Right. But what I'm saying is voice agents to me.
Okay, that's too far outside the realm.
Not really. Yeah.
Because so obviously you do websites.
Again, I've done websites since I was a teenager, and I know how to do websites and stuff like that. But honestly, I would prefer, if I can't avoid it, I would prefer just not to do websites, because that's just not what I want to do. Like, and millions of people. But yes, I'm capable of doing websites for sure. But it's like if you gave me a document in Chinese and it's like, translate this, and it's like, I can do it. I'm capable of it. But is that what I'm trying to do right now? Not really.
That's what you were like, sort of like trying out for a little bit, right? Like with
if you like 8 years ago, if you were like, so I'll pay you to translate this document, I'd be like, awesome, this is exactly what I want to do with my life right now. But that's just
eventually just burned out.
That's just not what I have. I don't care anymore, because at that time it was a challenge. Now it's just boring. Now this is a challenge.
Okay.
So it's like, but nobody wants what I'm doing. Is the problem.
Okay,
that's why I'm poor.
I mean, what is your typical, like when we were at the boba place? Like, what was your?
Well, that's my what?
Like
there was no approach. I didn't make like a pitch.
Oh, okay.
I don't think. Maybe I said something just in case.
Well, in your mind, what is the major benefit for a business to have an AI chatbot?
Well, again, my goal here is not to be pitching businesses individually. I feel like the SEO agencies will get it. They'll get the value, even if the owner of a restaurant doesn't get the value. And their clients have already been sold on the value. They just might not realize it, because they came to the SEO agency because they want more traffic or they want to rank higher in Google.
Yeah.
And now I'm offering the SEO agency ways to help them get more traffic or rank higher in Google. Now, if I were to go directly to the company and be like, I will give you this, this, and this, they might not understand why. But the SEO agency gets it and has already sold them on the benefits. So like that. So in my mind, that's the idea, is like, go to the SEO agencies. Don't spend all of my time talking with the individual businesses and trying to explain things to individual business owners. Like I do sometimes. It's kind of like, that's like a hobby. That's like when I get bored. Ideally, like I'm like Ira Ford.
Sounds familiar.
He's the local comedian. He's probably the most famous comedian in Minneapolis right now. right? Can you name any comedians, Minneapolis comedians? I think he's the most famous. He's like Acme regular, and then
I know one only because I saw her in person, Mary Mack. She's not necessarily a Twin Cities.
yeah,
She's
'cause-
in Minnesota, yeah.
but you want to bang her, so you remember her. But so Ira Ford runs it. He has a show called The Bong Show where he like everybody has to take a big old bong hit, and then they have like a comedy competition while everybody's really high. Anyways, he wanted like a website for that show. But my point is that like, yeah, them like there's the Flame and Tie. He like wanted things that I never provided to them. The Jade Dynasty. They're like I have a whole list of people that are like 50% committed to some sort of a thing, but it's not official and it's not ironed out.
Well, what else did Jade Dynasty ask of you?
Well, they wanted to use this.
Yeah.
But they were like, give us like a couple month free trial.
It's typical Chinese way.
Which is fine. Like honestly, okay, first of all, just to like get the proof of the evidence and like and to iron out the
Probably, yeah,
problems.
take like
That would be good. And also the advertising. I could put on the thing made by AIupgrade.site, made by my site, made by me. Like, and then and it's a high traffic thing. And if they have a QR code and every thing with my, like the Ukrainian restaurant does, then that's potentially a lot of people that are aware of my services that would otherwise have no way of knowing I exist. And then on top of that, it's backlinks. Every time you have another website linking to your website, that's good for your SEO. That's so.
yeah.
So even if I were to give it to them for free, I'm getting a lot out of it, actually. And then referrals. It's a potential referral source as well. They can go to their friends and say, this is the guy, and if you're interested. Anyway, so there are a lot of good reasons to give it to them for free. But that's not really my point. My point is just that with all of these people, the comedian, the restaurant, and like the bar and blah, blah, it's like, I do that when like I'm getting bored of when like I need an excuse to leave my home. But like, I really feel like that's all a distraction and a waste of time. And like the only thing I should be doing, the most efficient thing I should really be doing is just talk to nobody who isn't the owner of an SEO company. If you don't already, like I shouldn't be doing one by one. I should be dealing with people that they already have a pipeline of clients. They already have a pool of clients. And if I talk to them, then it's like I'm vicariously talking to hundreds of different business owners.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I mean, if you're offering, and so like, that's the thing, like when I talk with, Kuya, you talk with Kuya about this a lot, and he's always like, oh, you should talk to this guy. You should talk to this guy. And it's like, okay, look, if you talk to them for me, then I'm interested. Like even Jason, Jason with a Y.
Yeah.
And he's like a personal trainer,
Personal trainer.
and he like wanted me to make a website, and we agreed like $100 a month for a website, and we totally agreed on it and everything. But then after talking to him a little while, I was like, bro, it's not worth it for me, because you're like gonna want to meet up and like go out for beers to talk
That's
about
just him.
the website. And now instead of like, for me, it's like, instead of like, oh, I can either say no because I don't want to, or I could say yes because I want to, but now you're a client. So there's like this need to maintain the client relationship. With one night going out, transportation and beers, that's going to wipe out all of my profit.
No, yeah. I understand what you mean. Like you just want to be the guy in the chair.
Right. So it's like, so I was saying to Kui, like if you want to go talk to Jason, and also the other thing is I'm terrible at collecting money from people. When people owe me money, I don't want to ask them for money. I don't know how. I'm not going to be mean about it. I'm not going to, and I try my best to just not even bring it up. So there's literally like Rick, we've met. We've literally like he's told me what he wanted, and I made the website for him. I made the chatbot for him. I blah blah blah, and he still doesn't. It doesn't register in his head that it's done. He keeps talking about what it's going to look like after I make it, and I'm like, can you pull out your fucking phone and go on this website right now? It's done. It's done. The only part that isn't done is you have to pay me.
Yeah.
And like, so I was saying to Kui, like, no, if you are the one to go talk to these people, and I never have to actually talk to them, and you're the one to collect the money from them and stuff, then I'm happy to go to to deal with these people. But if I have to go talk to them and sell them and deal with their every little problem and then collect the money from them, that's the cost to me. That's the hard part. I don't give a shit about the actual making of the website. I was going to do that anyways. like to make the website
So
the
you're
chatbots.
still cool with doing like websites.
Again, if I don't
If
have
you
to,
don't need to
if I don't have to
deal
talk
with
to the person, and like if I'm talking, okay, I have to talk to the salesperson, and the salesperson is gonna, but that's like, it's like, okay, for the first few clients, maybe like it's almost me. And the fact that we're going through a middleman, the salesperson is a middleman, it just makes it more complicated. But the reason we're going through that struggle is because by the third client, the fourth client, they have to talk to me less and less and less.
Mhm.
And then eventually it's at the point. Have you watched Mad Men? Have you seen Mad Men? Did you watch that?
No.
Oh, come on. It's such a fucking good show. You got to watch Mad Men. But anyways, so that's, so like eventually I don't have to be because you already know the answers to almost all the questions.
Sure.
And
I
then,
mean, I'm assuming you're, open to spending time to talk with, the people on your team to be able to figure out how you're going to do the website and what,
right.
service to provide.
Assuming that like it is a stable relationship.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody that like they're full of shit, they're not really going to be sticking to this. They're just,
And they're like, hey, let's go meet up for beers while I explain to you what I just talked to the business about.
right. Which is like literally I've had like dozens and dozens of people that have been like this, or like Rick, and he's like, oh yeah, let's talk. Come on over. Let's talk about this website. And it's like, he really just wants to drink beers and watch a Vikings game. He has zero interest in the website. And so like, yeah,
Okay, for a fact that I don't drink much.
I have noticed that. That is kind of crazy how you're at bars
I
every
don't-
night, but you don't drink much.
I don't, I'm pretty much drug free.
No, and then
I
you
guess
have
when I'm manic, I do dick around a lot, but if we're talking about fucking, making money and like business and shit, like I'm not gonna. I do like, I like. I'll be perfectly honest. I like the idea of like, provided that I had a budget for it, like, and I've done this in the past, like meeting in like a fancy office or whatever like that, just to give it a, like a veneer of official.
Yeah, and if we have income coming in, and I'm not like then I don't mind. I like to fuck around. I like to have fun. I like to go sing karaoke. I like to drink, but like I can't use let's talk business as an excuse to go do those things
Right.
when people are not even fucking serious about the business. You know what I mean? Which has been the case for me many with the vast majority of people that have ever wanted to
And
talk.
for me, my motivation is
Which I'm not accusing you of those things.
no, not at
You
all.
should you understand. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
why I'm coming to talk to you. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
completely understand where you're coming from, what your motivation is for doing this, and if we'd be a good match or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So, but like, for me, like my motivation for doing any of this, or even thinking about any of this, is like I need to make more money. I want to provide better for Emmy. I want to provide better for myself. I want to get myself into a position where like I can
Afford stem cell injections.
well, at least afford somewhat of an equal like quality of life that we were able to enjoy in China.
Yeah.
Or save up enough money to fucking get the fuck out of here later, like and
Go back to China.
Not necessarily China, but China is just one example of a place where like you get so much more bang for your buck.
Yes.
And not not just for myself, but like for anybody that I work with. Like I want us all to be able to feel stable and secure by doing the things that we love to do. And that's kind of like what is driving me too, is like, I could go back into teaching. I could get some 9 to 5 or whatever the fuck. But like, I really want to be able to make a living doing the shit that I love.
Yeah.
Karaoke is one of them, but I want to be able to branch out into other things that I love too, and that I've done before. So,
you know what you should do? This is like just a one-off sort of idea. It's not like a long-term. It's not part of the whole business plan here. But there's a comedian named Jethro. He actually was the headliner at Moose a couple weeks ago. He's from the Philippines. You should book him to do a show at Flame and Tie.
That's not a bad fucking idea.
Yeah.
Well, because so Henry had raised the idea of open mic, but I said like open mics can sometimes go two ways because, like, yeah, it can bring in a crowd, but open mic crowds don't typically buy a lot
They
of
don't know.
drinks,
Yep.
and they take up too much fucking space with all their instruments and shit.
And
like
depending
that.
on who they are, they might drive. The comedians, they could drive away normal people. They can, you know, they're
Well,
like
I'm talking about like just like music
open mics, yeah.
But I said, like, on you know, on the other hand, you could, it's possible, it takes a while for
right.
any open mic to build up a crowd, but like, you know, you could potentially build up like a loyal, you know, weekly crowd that goes there every single Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever it is. Yeah.
But it would be just, I guess
But comedy,
yeah.
that sounds like an interesting idea because like they have space in there.
right
I don't know, like
when they're dead,
oh, yeah, of course.
which every time I've been in there recently, they have been. But it's not just them. Everywhere I go,
Yeah, Northeast is kind of like a hard, like there's a lot of turnover. I mean, there's,
even Jade Dynasty, like it was like I was there like on a last week Sunday morning, like that's dim sum, that's like prime time dim sum time,
yeah.
and like just 2 months ago, it was like busy, and then just
Do you think there's a dearth of comedy venues here in the Twin Cities?
what do you mean by dearth? I don't know
In
that
terms of
word.
like supply and
Darth
demand, like so, it's like in
Darth
terms of
Vader.
like supply and demand, like are there more comics available that want to do shit than there
Venues?
are venues available for them to do it at?
Well, that would have been the case because of the Comedy Corner Underground closing, which was like the entire middle section of comedy in Minneapolis. But the guy that was running that is going to take over Whitey's basement. So he's going to turn that into like a nightly comedy at Whitey's. So with that in the picture, I would say no. But okay, but my point I just want to say is like, okay, like it'd be awesome if a business owner can come to you and be like, it doesn't matter. Do you want live music? Do you want karaoke? Do you want live comedy? Do you want like an improv show? Do you want a new website? Do you want like a marketing campaign? What are the other? What am I missing? There's like one other. I feel like there's one other
Do you
big
want a chatbot?
Well, yeah, but that's part of like
Yeah,
online marketing
yeah,
website.
yeah.
Like the whole like that you're the guy that they can put together either live shows, regardless whether it's online marketing live shows
right.
or a one-time event, or like you're like an independent booker. So it can be comedy, karaoke, live music.
Yeah, he
or
had talked about that too. He
Yeah.
wanted me to like be a book, like a talent booker for like potential entertainment or you know whatever. Coming into
Yes.
this place. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
And that's
Like,
that's something that I've dabbled in before. So like
Yeah.
I've had I have some experience in that, and then coupled with I guess when we're making that proposal, whatever got the sales guy, and then we got you on the back end doing the the technical stuff. I think it's a start.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, especially because right now, if somebody comes to you and they're like, I want a karaoke show.
Yeah, I mean, I can put
You
that
could do that,
together, but
right?
Yeah.
So if you just add comedy to that,
Yeah.
that's already like
Yeah,
a
they can
nice
switch
little
it up.
portfolio.
Yeah, they can't
of-
do karaoke all that, and they all well for them specifically is because they're in a residential building, so
Right.
restricted by
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the same with Legendary.
yeah, so it has to be like earlier, which is fine because they don't close super late. Like
But I've really wondered, and I've said this to you before, I know, but like, why there isn't more of like a mix of comedy, karaoke, and live music. Like when they always do like one or the other. Personally, I get to, like if I'm watching comedy, like I'm watching comic after comic after comic at a comedy open mic, I'm like, I would prefer like let's do fit like or like when I'm at Moose, I'm jumping back and forth, downstairs comedy, upstairs.
I mean, that's a cool like
Karaoke.
or like at the Uptown VFW, you can bounce around.
Yeah.
But that's if you have like a whole,
Well, yeah, but there's
Comprehensive
like
venue
almost
space.
there's almost never, although Tom Swifty does do this Tuesday night at Terminal, like where it's just designed that way, where it's like we have like a few karaoke songs and then we have like a couple of comedy sets, or like we have like a live music for 10 minutes and then we switch to comedy for a while and then we do some karaoke.
it'd
Where
be like a
it's-
variety show.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't like that if it's like whatever you sign up, that it's because then it just ends up being like a
Just
no.
that.
Yeah, it should be like this, like a rotation. It should be like a fixed
I
rotation.
mean, that's
But anyway, but
that's
but,
definitely
yeah.
a thought too. I mean, variety shows, historically in the US, they were huge.
Really? I don't
Yeah,
know
like
about-
vaudeville, all that stuff like that. Back in the 20s, 30s, and stuff like that. Yeah, that was the
I'm
thing.
not racist, so I try not to know about things that happened.
But
the
yeah, I mean,
20s.
comedy, like variety show. I'm trying to think of a good example. I mean, even like America's Got Talent, right? You have like just any kind of like random ass talent that just is impressive to people. Like
Right.
it could be comedy, it could be dancing, it could be singing, it could be whatever. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, and for the manager or the owner, it's like so convenient. Like I just talked to you, and now I can the whole array of potential live entertainment options is on the table. Instead of like I have to talk to one guy for comedy, I got to talk to another guy for karaoke, I got to talk to another guy for live music. It's like if they can just talk to one person, that's a really great thing for them. And if you also are the guy who does it, plans events and markets events and does marketing and websites, like that's extremely convenient. But
yeah, kind of like a one-stop shop for whatever they need.
right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Because I would assume like SEO companies, they do the Google stuff or the website stuff, but obviously they're not going to bring in like book
live entertainment.
Yeah.
That's totally out of their realm.
So yeah, that's something that like
Yeah.
something unique, right? Like something like a value-added thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And also just like comedy or music or karaoke, like it can go really bad. Like if it's not a match with the regulars or something like it can just be really bad.
Yeah.
Like, or you got a comedian that pisses everybody off, or you got the regulars are like, this karaoke is annoying as fuck. We're bikers. We're here to fight. We're not here to sing or like whatever. But like if it's a variety show, a little bit of karaoke, then it can't go that badly. Like there's a limit to how bad it can truly go. Because no matter like if they're not digging the comedy, it's going to be a different thing in 10 minutes. If they're not digging the live music, if it's not the right genre of music,
that would be definitely. I mean, it would to put together a variety show in itself would be a feat. Like, like I mean, not necessarily in one venue, but just as a package. Like like to find the talent and to make it all kind of into one cohesive presentation.
Right.
I think is a thing. But the fact that that I know of, there are virtually no regular variety shows that at least that exist on, and I don't want to say like an amateur level, but like in a sort of like a up and coming artist sort of level,
right?
As opposed to like if you can go to the Pantages.
Which is weird to me because it's like I know a bunch of people that if you want a comedy show at your venue, they can book it. I know a bunch of people that if you want a karaoke show at your venue, they can book it. I know a bunch of people if you want live music at your show, they can book it. But nobody does all of it, and there's never been a situation where it's like 3 different people have come together and been like, I'm responsible for 1/3 of the show. You're responsible for 1/3, and we each have like 2 turns during the night, and then that's like, I
like that idea. I like that. I assume there's some like event, production companies out there, event planners out there that, they just get wild requests and they just, somehow make it happen.
Well, I feel like this conversation is like both of us is like you're talking more about like the online marketing and chatbots, and I'm talking about because I don't know what I'm talking about right now. Really, like I don't really know the logistics. I don't know how much of a pain of an ass it is. So it's fun for me to think about it. Because I can't actually think about the downs.
I mean, it's giving me more ideas too. Yeah. But then I guess to bring it back to your skill set is all these ideas that are popping out right now. How does that translate into?
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't because it's just fun for me to think about because I'm not going to do that shit. I'm not going to haul the equipment over there. I'm not going to be there at that time.
Be you.
I'm not exactly.
You're the guy in the chair.
Exactly. Well, what do you mean? Which chair? The electric chair? What did I do?
in the computer chair.
Okay. Yeah. But the one, did I ever show you the Vegas bot?
You made one for them?
Yeah, that's because
I mean, yeah, particularly for like karaoke bars and stuff like that, for people to be able to just punch something into it, like the app, and say like, what's a good duet for.
Right. Well, I mean, Vegas doesn't even have songbooks online or anything.
Yeah.
they don't have anything. So it's like I made this. They could easily use it. I gave them a smart card that they could just put next to the thing. Like, do you want to know what songs we have? Just tap your phone with a smart card, and
Mhm.
it's like
That would
live.
actually be super, make things a lot simpler too at the Moose.
Really?
Because like
Oh.
usually, they'll have to like download the app and like set up a fucking,
Right.
and like half the people don't want to do that. And then they just end up just telling me what they want and then, writing it on a slip of paper.
Right. And if
But
you don't have
especially
it,
if
it's
you're
like on
fucking
you
drunk
to-
as fuck, the
Yeah.
easiest thing for you to do would be just tap some NFC card or whatever and then just, do whatever you need to do. But then, well, yeah. Never mind.
What?
Well, no, just like in the Moose, there's a whole set of other problems because like the reception in the bar is fucking shit.
Oh,
So it
yeah, I
doesn't
know,
matter-
right?
So it doesn't matter.
And then if you
what
try to
wanna
connect to the
set up.
Wi-Fi, that's
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah.
It doesn't even, yeah. So like this is literally, these are the Vegas songs. You can
Okay.
ask it any question and it will answer
Oh,
what,
nice.
and it's just like, it's fully live and working. And
Yeah, I mean that, I guess that works similar to, songbooks and whatever. But
yeah, but it's kind of better than some, but honestly, like I'm not trying to be biased, like just as a karaoke consumer,
mhm.
if that's a thing,
Okay.
like I honestly would prefer this over songbooks, right?
Sure.
Because it's just like do you have Soldier Boy? Obviously everybody's gonna ask that question, and it's just like you can't ask songbooks that.
And then I think an intelligent AI chatbot that songbooks can't do is be able to figure out the correct spelling of that on its own, because not everybody knows how to spell Soulja Boy.
Oh, right.
Right,
Yeah.
or the exact, like, especially for like a lot of like modern artists and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that's I got it right that time.
So then, yeah, we can train it on something like that, because people don't know how to fucking spell.
Great, that Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
It truly was a problem of spelling it correctly made it not work.
but like a well-designed AI chatbot, something that
You could just-
you would.
But that's
able to
the
try.
sort of thing where it's like when you
You gotta
first put
train
it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, when you first put it in, like you'd be like, well, we do have that song. Why is it not answering? And then you
Yeah.
got to be like, oh, like we got to put that in. It's it's not training. It's literally just in the system prompt. Just be like,
Well, half the time people like will give you song names,
yeah,
but it's not the name of the song. It's just
Yeah,
a
yeah,
line
yeah.
in the song.
yeah.
And then usually the way that I do it is I literally type in the lyrics in Google, and then
Yeah.
it'll pull up the song.
So like it's Elton John. This the lights or whatever.
Or maybe they don't even know the
Tired of dancing.
like a phrase in the song. They just start singing it, and then they just start reading off a bunch of singing a bunch of lyrics, and then you just put in like part of it. And usually you can pull up.
That's an interesting. Yeah, give me some lyrics that are not the name of a song, and let's see whether or not it'll give it the correct answer.
Where do you come from, baby?
What song has? I don't think it's gonna get this. Where do you come? Is that a real song?
Come from, baby.
What song are we?
And ooh,
Ooh,
take me there.
won't you take me there?
Yeah.
But I mean, so this specifically is like two pieces. It's just like basic ChatGPT, and then it's the PDFs from Vegas.
Mhm.
So it doesn't have any special information about that basic ChatGPT.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Because then.
So if basic ChatGPT is able to answer that song, you broke it, man.
Well, their PDF is not going to have lyrics on it.
No, exactly. So so it's like if basic ChatGPT is
But I can guarantee you, if you copy and pasted that into Google, it would give you the song that I'm talking about.
You know what I think broke it is the quote. I have no idea why that broke. What the fuck out?
But
Where do you come from, Casey and JoJo? If you need more details, do you have that song? Is mentioned, so that's yes. Yeah. So that is. We'll be able to.
well, that's not the song I was referring to.
Oh, really?
It's PYT.
Oh, really?
Where do you come from, baby? And who won't you take me there? Gotta get away from here. Won't you come? It's emergency.
Oh, because it's the title of the song. That's why it got it wrong, right?
Wow.
Because it's the actual title of the song, right?
Well, that's the the source material that it's working with, right? It's working with song titles, artist names from the PDF. Right?
Well, yeah, but it's not. That's not the only source. It's also working with the base ChatGPT, which is like trained on the entire internet.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? The entire
Well,
internet
then
of 2022.
maybe like if you just said like what song
What
has
the
the
fuck,
lyrics.
Yeah.
But anyways.
No, this is like a really good. The lyrics, where do you come from, baby? One, two, where that's where do you come from? The song, I'm thinking of, please provide more context. Those are the lyrics. I mean, the thing is, you have to like
teach it a little bit.
motherfucker. You have to not.
Well, it's still, isn't it still in your Vegas microcosm or whatever, what do you call it?
Yeah, but there's 3 different chatbots in Vegas. This one is the Google Review Bot. This one is the one that allows you to actually sign up for a song. And so only this one actually has access.
Oh, okay.
And every time I'm like, that's not right. It thinks I mean you're the wrong bot. So it's trying to boot me out to a different bot.
All right. But yeah, I probably shouldn't keep.
Yeah, you need to go pick somebody up. All right.
Yeah. But no, this was a good start. I think I just wanted to make my intentions clear. And just kind of like read your sort of like reaction to it, basically. Like if you were receptive or if you were kind of like more sort of like hesitant or whatever. But
well, yeah, I mean,
and,
so
I
what'd
understand.
you get?
Yeah, well, I understand where you're coming from. Is and that works perfectly with kind of like what I'm thinking too. Is like to have a team doesn't necessarily mean that every team member needs to be at every fucking meeting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, like
because that's inefficient. Like,
but people love to use we're starting a business as an excuse to hang out and drink beer and to go party, which I'd love to hang out and drink beer and go party. But like when I can do that, when I can't do that, I can't afford it time wise and money wise. And then people are using that as an excuse that really fucks me over. But yeah, if we make a bunch of money, I can't wait to go. Let's blow it. I can't wait to go blow that money. You know what I mean? But first we have to make it. We can't use that as an excuse. And so many fucking times what always happens is people are like, oh, we're going to start a business. We're going to start a business. Let's go meet up and talk about the business. Let's go do it. And then like they have a full-time job. And then like the next day I'm like calling them like, oh, it's daytime. We're sober. Let's get to work. And they're like, no, I'm going to go to my job now. And I'm like, oh, so
don't
this
have time to dedicate.
Yeah, like no, so this is just your bullshit hobby that you do like in your free time. It's just so that you can go out of the bar and not feel like you're wasting time and money. That's all it is. But it's not a real
And
thing.
so
But I don't have a job. I have no income. I have to make this into something, or else it's a total fucking waste of time. You know?
Yeah. So for me, like right now, I'm like that. Like I'm in the position where, like, I don't have a full-time job. I have these part-time karaoke things in the night.
Yeah.
And I have this part-time thing in the morning that I'm, working to slowly transition out of.
Yeah.
As I replace it with either this or something else that can bring in, replace that income and hopefully increase it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But I know I mentioned this before. I've actually thought that property management would be a really great target.
For this
chatbots.
type of thing, yeah.
Because like they must get so many repetitive things, or like my toilet's broken, or like what's the policy on pets, or like just the same.
I can talk to him about that.
I'm not even necessarily saying you should talk to him about it.
No. I mean, just because it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Like there's some repetitive stuff. There's some stuff that he'd just rather not deal with.
And then like the booking, and that's it. I didn't even bring this up with with Jade Dynasty, but like at Legendary, the first 2 things I did with chatbots was like make a chatbot that would schedule the staff.
Oh,
because every 3 seconds somebody's like, oh, you know what? Actually, Wednesday I'm not free. Oh, but could you possibly schedule me for 3 days? But like, like I only want 2 hours on Monday, and then like I want as many hours as possible. But like, but I only want to work with this person, and I don't want to work with this. Jesus. And it's like, okay, you realize like 10 different people all have this fucking insane. Like it's nobody can crunch that shit, but you can make a chatbot that like crunches it all and spits out a schedule, automatically mails it out to everybody. And then if ever anybody has a problem with it, they can like tell the chatbot, and the chatbot will rearrange the schedule and spit it out another one. That was, and then
Well,
the
they
second,
just need to grow up and suck it out.
yeah, I mean that's a different management philosophy.
Yeah.
But then the other one was like the how to make the cocktails, because like there's
Oh yeah.
there's no manager available to teach you this shit.
Not
and
all the
and
time.
the documents aren't even there, or they're not even up to date. And like, it's not like you can't even Google it, because it'll be like, how do you make an old fashioned? It's like, well, like Legendary, we don't make old fashions the way everybody makes them. We have a special Legendary way of making them, right? With the ingredients that we have on
Yeah.
tap, blah, blah, and like, where are the ingredients? Which fridge is this in? Where do I go to grab the sugar cubes? Or like, we don't use sugar cubes, blah, blah, blah. Like, so things like that, where it's like, it doesn't even have to be like things that customers ask. It could be things that employees, especially new employees, ask constantly. Or like, yeah, if you need to like schedule somebody to come fix your toilet.
Mhm.
And then it's like, yeah, chatbot can like crunch the schedules of all of the repair people and like email them or text them and get a response and schedule them on the
No, because like a
calendar.
lot of stuff that my boss does and that I help him do is do a lot of this communicating with tenants
Yeah.
and repair people and stuff like that in very like menial ways. Like
Right.
like that, and he definitely wants to be able to delegate all of that shit.
I feel like that's
to
95%
something,
of
either
what property
someone
management
or
consists of,
something
right?
else. Right, someone or something else, so that he can pivot to his new business venture,
What's his new business venture?
life coaching.
Oh God, that's the worst.
Well,
thing.
whatever. It doesn't matter. Like
No,
he
because
has the
like I'm in the ADD. I'm in this like ADD group. This like online ADD group where like first of all, 24 hours they have these focus sessions, which is just like you're supposed to.
it's a bunch of hippie shit.
No, it's like there's a
But-
Filipino that yells at you if you don't like, focus, which is amazing.
But if they can make money off of it, I mean, all the more power to them. He
Yeah.
has
but a lot of those people are
the
trying to do life.
capital behind
they're all
him
like,
to
oh, really?
support anything he wants.
All
to do.
right.
So
Give me a
but-
bitch.
but-
But yeah, like a lot of those people are into like the life coaching is this whole new fucking pyramid scheme.
oh yeah.
Everybody's getting into it,
Yeah.
and everybody wants to.
But
be-
he enjoys it, and the people that he works with enjoy it. And
Right.
Whatever. If they get something out of it, fine. Whatever.
all of the
Whatever.
paying clients that I've had up to this point were trying to become life coaches.
Oh wow.
I haven't had a single one that wasn't my mother or trying to be a life coach.
I mean, there's a therapist, but then okay, so I guess the way that he explained it was like a therapist can prescribe things to you, like, or I mean, like if you go to the
Suggest, yeah.
psychiatrist level, like, and they can listen to you and they can give you suggestions, but they're not going to actually be there with you to kind of like tell you how to do it.
in the life coach world.
Whereas a life coach can be more hands-on, I guess. But whatever.
I suppose I don't know, but all these clients, they all inevitably try to be my life coach. Like not for money either. Like I need to practice, and I'm like, well, I don't want
Yeah,
you.
I need practice.
I know, like, I do
That's
not
what you
want-
want to hear. It's like I don't want you to be practicing on telling me how to live my life.
No,
I
exactly.
need somebody to tell me how to live my life
But that's a whole
or help me live my
like
life.
I'm making their like life coaching marketing material because they're trying to get this
Oh,
going,
I
and then
get
they're like trying to like offer me like life coaching as part of the package of compensation, and I'm like, well, I do not want
No,
to.
I don't get paid in
Yeah, and-
exposure bucks
and
or
they're like-
whatever, or life coaching bucks.
Yeah, and they're like, no, you need it. Like you need, and I'm like, I know I need it. I do not fucking want it. Believe me, if I was willing to accept life coaching, I wouldn't have such a shitty life in the first place. Where
Yeah, we all need something, But yeah, no, I get where you come from. You just want to be the guy in the chair.
I don't like the
We-
way you're not wrong, but I do not like that phrase. That makes me sound like the guy like in South Park, the guy on the
don't know, I
World of
never
Warcraft. Like,
South Park.
okay, well, you should.
No, well,
watch it.
the concept that I'm
See,
thinking about is that like
American
Spider-Man. Like Ned says, "Oh, I'm the guy in the chair. He's a superhero."
I haven't seen Spider-Man. No, I don't do that shit.
Well, it's just
I'll
it's
fuck
just
with
like
that.
you're the behind the scenes guy. Does that sound any better?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I don't even need to be the behind the scenes
You're the
guy, but-
invisible architect.
But 99% of the people that I've talked to in the past 3 years have been wasting my fucking time.
Mhm.
So it's just like it's not that I don't want talk and have fun and build relationships and have like optimistic, positive thoughts about the future and plan things together and have these meetings where we're built. I want to do all
Some
those things.
people, I mean,
But
some
it's-
people operate like that, and that's how they, get things done. Some people don't.
Yeah.
You can't expect everybody to operate the same way. Like, like we're not in Japan where everybody's going out and like having sake until like fucking, like whatever, 4 a.m. and then that's how business deals are made.
Right, that's the thing,
Yeah.
man. In China, it was like when somebody like drinks with you every night for a while, they have something in mind. Then something comes of it. They
Yeah.
ask you to do something.
Mhm.
They give you a chunk of money.
Mhm.
Something happens. But in America, people like then they want to drink with you and hang out, and then there's no fucking reason. It's just finally at the end, you're like, so what is this leading towards? What are we? And it's like, oh, you're an alcoholic. The whole payoff here was that I realized that you're an alcoholic.
I mean, someone like Jason, like, very clearly, but yeah, I should probably get ready.
Well,
But,
well, this was fun.
no, yeah, that's
Thanks
always
for the
good talking.
sandwich. And
If I can bring more, I'll bring more.
awesome. Hopefully, I can keep working and get some calls going to Australia and Taiwan and Malaysia and try to drum up some business, drum up some SEO companies that want to do business with me. Oh no, I'm stepping outside. I'm like literally every second of every day for the past 3 days, like everything I do and everything I say, including this very sentence, is just a desperate attempt to distract myself from my desire for cigarettes. Like I haven't smoked in 3 days. I'm not going to buy another pack is the plan. And it's just like every single second, it's just like, what can I, like I would do anything. I would be gay.
What about, like,
I would become a gay human.
What about like vaping or nicotine gum or whatever?
I think like going outside and getting the fresh air. And
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's
Yeah,
the whole part of it. That's like 90% of the whole thing. If not having an excuse to go outside is fucking me up. All right, man, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Keep me updated on what you're thinking.
Yeah, I would say. Well, I know the salesman guy. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
You may have run into him at some point. Yeah, he'd like to, like meet. All
Of course, they always do, man.
But I knew, but not in like a money wasting way. Just to get to know.
How is it not? Everything is a money. Is even if like, okay, we're gonna meet at McDonald's and we're gonna use his rewards points. Those are my conditions.
Cafe. Well, I'll pick you up or whatever. Like,
Cafe. It costs $10 for a fucking coffee.
We'll buy you coffee.
Okay, but again, what is like the average? What is minimum wage? So so like let's say even if we meet for 30 minutes, how many hours of work does that interrupt? Like how many hours of work do I miss out on because of the 30 minutes? So there's like a whole hour leading up to it where I have to shower. I don't shower or change my clothes, whatever. I have to shower, I have to change my clothes. I have to you gotta go there, come on, and then it's gonna take me another hour to get back into my flow. So like let's say $20 per hour is like minimum wage. That just cost me $60. 60. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, but here's the thing: if I was just if it's the time of day and the mood where like I just want to hang out with people, then I'll be so happy to do it. That's fucking awesome. It's great. That's instead of like I have to sit at home by myself doing nothing. That's awesome. But like if it's when I could otherwise be working productively, then it's a huge cost to me. Which is like earlier today when you were like gonna stop by earlier, and I was like, dude, this is gonna fuck up like the most productive part of my day. But then when you're like 2:30 in the morning, I was like, perfect, dude. That's at that time I'm like ready to hang out and talk. So
That's what scheduling is for. We're not going to schedule something when you're busy.
But that's just my whole point is like people are always like, oh, let's meet up, and especially I don't have a car, so every time any meeting anywhere takes a million years.
I'm talking because I already all know all
Right.
that.
I get
things outside.
I get that, but this is, I mean, just every time constantly people are like, oh, don't, like even Mo yesterday was like, come to St. Paul. And I'm like, I don't have any money. He's like, I'll pick you up. And like, bro, I literally don't want to be in St. Paul dependent on you for transportation with no money to come home if I want to. And no, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be in that scenario. Even if you don't consider in the fact that if I didn't go there, I would have gotten 8 hours of work done. But instead I'm going to get 0. Like, so, you know, it's the same thing. People be like,
I'll talk to the other two. You know, at least to be able to know who we're working with.
I got you. But it's like,
brief.
here's the thing, yeah, but like if people are serious, and again, I love to hang out. I love to drink. I love to sing karaoke. I love to
No, we don't.
I love to party. No, I love to party.
meeting.
It's not like I don't want to do those things. It's not like I'll never hang out with you. I'll never talk. No, it's not that at all. It's like, but if you're serious about doing this business, we don't need to fucking do any of that. You can send me a text. You can call me on the phone. You can send me an email. What is it that you actually want done? Who are the leads? Send me the leads. What time are you going to be working sober during the day? Like if you're doing those things, I take you seriously as a business person. And then we can move forward along those lines. And then we make the money and then we go out and spend it at brothels. But do you know what I mean? Like, but if you're like, oh, let's meet up, and even if it's just coffee, it's not beer. It's like the 99% of the time, that's just an excuse to meet up and hang out and fucking waste time with people that already have income. And they're not really serious about this business. This business is just a hobby for them. You see what I'm saying? And if that's not the case, then just send a text, send an email, make a phone call,
Oh, I understand.
move the business forward, not get together and talk about it. Fucking make the list of leads, make notes on how you followed up with the leads, like move the business forward and show me that, and I'll be part of it. But if you're like, let's meet up and talk about it, blah, blah, it's like, well, yeah, if you catch me at the right time, I'm more than happy to do that. But like, if you're interrupting then it's huge disruption. And like with J Dynasty, again, for them, they have no concept that I like paid for a scooter and took a half hour to go there and like waited for them for an hour. That's not in there, like, and I can't really bring that up to them. So they're like, free trial. And I'm like, I've already spent literally like the equivalent of $500 on this sales process with you guys. And now you want a free trial? What the fuck, you know? So that's, yeah, anyways, like, you don't have to meet up and be homies to like build a business. What you do need is paying clients, a way to generate paying clients, a way to follow up with paying clients, you know, and like bring the money in and give them the things. You don't need to like gel as a team. That comes after the money's coming in. Then you gel as a team in order to keep it all functioning properly, instead of turning into like office politics and fighting. But like you can gel as a team and then never actually go anywhere as a business.
True.
So like for starters, focus on our clients, bringing in the clients, getting them to pay, delivering the services to them, not coming together as a team and being friends and talking and having a good time. That is totally unnecessary. That's any jobs that you have where you like apply for the job and you go to work. You don't do that. That's not part of the process. You go there and it sucks and it's boring and you don't know anybody. And then later on you meet everybody and you're friends with people and you go out with them and you drink with them and you have fun. But like when people want to start their own business, they somehow get it backwards. They think, oh no, the first step is you like hang out with your bros and they have to think that your idea is a good idea. And then you all have to have a good time together and spend a bunch of money on alcohol or some shit. And it's totally unnecessary. You can skip all that, go straight to the actual work. And then later on, have a good time together. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's,
No, I mean, again, you're just making it clear like what your expectations are. So
yes.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Years and years and years of
Instead of
experience of having
having
a
it in
sin.
and then,
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm saying, like, repeating myself and making it excessively clear because I don't want, I feel like I'm being a dick about it. I feel like I'm being an asshole. I don't want to feel like I'm being, it's just like, this is like honest from experience, like happens to me over and over again for years and years and years where people are like, let's start a business. And the same thing happens. Hang out, drink, have fun, never actually start a business. And you can just skip straight to starting a business. And if they don't want to do that, they're probably not actually serious about starting a business. You know what I'm saying? So
Can I ask you to do one thing for me though?
yeah, what's up?
Do you have like a portfolio that I can show?
Who are you gonna show?
Just the salesman and the videographer. Just in terms of like maybe some websites.
Why don't you want to show it to potential clients? Those are the people who matter. These
I
guys,
know,
those
but
guys don't
but
fucking
need-
matter.
But I need them to understand what
Do
I'm
you?
adding.
Do you?
I need them to.
If you think you do, I wouldn't go with that. But I'm guessing you probably don't need that. What you need is clients. Those guys, it doesn't fucking matter really. You think you build the team first?
I'm-
No, you get clients and then you build the team to serve the clients.
I'm trying to put something together, and
Yeah.
I need to understand how it all connects first.
I got you.
So this is my process.
I understand.
Yeah.
I
And
understand.
then I'm expressing to you like what I
Um,
need in order to be able to convince them to be on my team. So,
Just like, I guess, my
and that
webs-
all comes before getting a client.
So my website, it doesn't though. You got things backwards. But I understand that you got to go through a process. You can't just like take what I'm saying at 3 a.m. After I drink a bunch of whiskey and then replace your own philosophy of life with these words. I got that. But like, so like my website is aiupgrade.site. Go on there, look at it, and if there's aiupgrade.site, I'll text it to you.
Okay.
And like, if there's some unresolved questions, then let me know, and which there probably will be, and that's good because I should be adding that information to the website or to the chatbot on the website. So, yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
send it.
I'll send that to you.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night.
Oops, I definitely completely fucking forgot that I was live streaming that whole thing.